Welcome. This is Youth Poverty Scholars Radio, PNN-KEXU 96.1 FM. I'm gonna hand this to our boy Amir.
Today we will be sitting on the Stolen Land Hoarding Resources Tour.
Hello, my name is Tiber, and on January 25th, 2018, Poor Magazine along with Chicana's Academy drove to the headquarters of Google. We were invited there originally by Google because of a man who works there and wanted my mother, Tiny, to speak there and educate the people. When we got there, we parked outside after looking for a parking lot and went inside. The plan was for us to be at my mother's speech and then meet up with everyone after it. Inside of Google, it was all bright colors and happy pictures. But no doubt, this place was a prison. If you see beyond those happy colors and animal drawings on the wall, you will see coded keypads and identification points guarding every entrance.
Hello, my name is Amir. I went to the Google headquarters. Man, that place was fun. They had a bathroom with a shower and a hair dryer that blows your hair. Google headquarters. When we went in the door, we saw a lot of candy, and me and my friends ate that until our stomachs got full. We went there because my teacher was talking about her book, and the book is called Criminal Poverty Google Talks. There we launched and surprised them with a Stolen Land tour.
Who, what, where, when, why? Who? The boss of Google. What? The situation that people are on the streets. Where? At Google headquarters. Why? To give back to the community. No, why? So the homeless won't be looked at as dope fiends and crackheads, and so they can have a home to live in. And so they won't be power washed.
Hello, my name is Kim. We were out in Palo Alto just getting back from the clutches of Google. We had just started the Landless People's Tour in a nice neighborhood which Steve Jobs lived in. We had an encounter with Steve Jobs' little security guard trying to be firm with us about asking these wealthy, high-income 3%ers for reparations to help against the disease of wealth hoarding. What that means is you like to keep your money in a house and try to spend your money in a house all day and buy technology when you could actually be helping out with poor people who need that money. People on the streets who really need somewhere to live or somewhere to eat, or because these are people. These are not animals on the street. These are people. Thank you. Up next, a special guest and report by La Chicana.
Alright, hello, I am La Chicana, and I will be answering the question a lot of you guys are wondering of who am I? Well, picture this. The constant hiding under bushes in the cold, lonesome desert. The cramming onto a car floor continuously fearing of being caught at any moment being sent back home. The exhausting feeling of no sleep in days to later find out you've been kidnapped the entire time. No food, no water, no contact with the outside world. Being a minor, unaccompanied, and no idea what's going on and what to do. All of this heartbreak and devastation in search of an opportunity in the United States. This is who I am. No, this is not my story, but yet it is. This is the story of my parents and their immigrant odyssey. Their story is my story, just like all the stories of my ancestors. I am the living representation of the Mexican culture, and I am proud to call myself a Latina. Born into a low-income community and raised in East Oakland, overcoming struggles has become a hobby for me. The daily catcalling by men, the lack of educational resources and role models, the sexism that oppresses women, my family being poor, living paycheck to paycheck, were the foundational aspects of my upbringing. A strong, powerful woman like myself tries to strive and succeed in such an oppressive country like the United States, but uneducated people like our current president institute racist, inhumane stereotypes that make cultures just like mine look disgusting and make my people look like criminals. I spend day and night taking advantage of all the educational opportunities that were put across my path. Both of my parents have a middle school education, but that doesn't mean they're less educated than those that have a lot of college degrees. My parents' story became my story, but their story is incomplete. I will be the one to write the final chapters and make them proud. I will be the one to grapple with my history and make my mark so the world will want to hear my story. This is Youth Poverty, Scholar Radio, and TV, PNN-KEXU 96.1 FM.
What the freak?
Get your ugly self out of here.
You look like a booty. A booty hole, actually.
No, don't feel it like that, bro.
Yeah, I'll kill you like that.
It's not even fun.
We love you, audience who's watching us. Say we love you.
Love you. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna get out of here.
That was good, guys.
No